Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Dinovember. Not Die November, just Dinovember. So we're gonna keep drawing dinosaurs today. Hello, Chase.
Hello, everyone.
So before starting, I found that on our station, some artists post 3D viewers of their sculpts, and there is one that's pretty good that I got for the Allosaurus that I linked a while ago. But I want to show this. Uh, for the Carnotaur because it's got like ridiculously small hands. The model is pretty
That's
cool.
what it looks like, yeah.
The model is really cool. I just find that the dinosaur itself is pretty lame because it's got like tiny arms. So I thought it was funny. I might actually copy from this minus the arms, probably. We'll see. But first, let me advertise on Discord.
I think we should give him a shout out. His name is Jacob Bartsey. Says he's a character artist at Volgo Games.
They might be the ones that made the IO because these all the IO. So the IO is the game where you actually play as a dinosaur. So keep drawing carnivores. Yep.
It says they made a game called Saurian.
Okay, what's the game about?
Well, let me look it up. I've never heard of it.
All right.
Saurian is a survival simulation experience about living the life of a dinosaur.
Okay,
starting
from
the egg.
Yeah, it might have been the previous name.
Survive to adulthood.
Might have been the previous name of the game, yeah. Because it was sort of beta thing when I saw it, so might have updated it. Never played it though. I don't know if I want to live like a dinosaur or play a dinosaur. Hello, Kim. What's up? We're doing okay over here, or I am.
I'm doing pretty good myself, actually.
All right, let's get this Allosaurus running. Chilling. Cool.
Yeah. That 3D model is pretty cool.
Yeah, these are all really good, honestly. There are some very good models on Sketchfab, though more in the marketplaces like CG Trader or Turbo Squid. Some of those are so cool. It looks like it's a mania.
Things off of Turbo Squid.
What?
I've stolen many things off of Turbo Squid.
Yeah, why?
There's just a lot of great references on there.
There are. You know what? It's fun because the first money I ever made online was on Turbo Squid. I just sold the texture of my wall, like many years ago. It was 2011, probably. Batch. I sold it just once, and then that was it. But kind of made me think, hey, you can actually make money online. Didn't know that. Busy day today? No, not really. No, not busy at all. I mean, kind of busy, half busy, let's say. I had to do other things compared to what I usually do for web dev. So I mostly had to do illustration stuff. Illustration. So it's kind of busier technically because it takes longer. But
I don't really have anything planned today. I might go and run some errands. I don't know, but I've mostly just been doing like laundry.
Yeah, that's really annoying. Laundry. Okay, proportion soon. Fairly okay. Fairly okay. Gotta get some Look at the musculature. It's really hard to tell the musculature of these things. Wish there were some models that are muscled and not textured. Although it's only relatively important once you get the main volumes down. Kind of start understanding how they work. Yeah, I don't like the pose, doesn't. Although, this might actually be the only way this guy can keep the arms. I'm not sure. Okay, let's do them like this. I don't know how the Allosaurus works mechanically. I know that the T-Rex can only keep them like straight, and the Raptor can only keep them probably down. And like there was no wrist rotation. I'm not sure. I would have to look it up again. I might actually, let me do this. I want to try to import a texture because I want to make the sketch a little more complete maybe today with some lighting as well. A little lighting. So, let's see if I can get a good texture somewhere in my resources. Why are you surprised, Kim? Where did I save it? Textures. Yes. Let's get let's does this look? Vintage paper. Yeah, I would rather have it like modern paper with the kind of cotton texture, but I don't like linen, so I'm probably gonna keep this one. Okay. Snow. Oh, textures, yeah. I have a bunch here that were free. So.
Furries.
Birds?
What?
What did you say?
I thought you said you had a bunch here that were furries.
They were free.
Oh.
They were
like,
free.
oh my god, furry dinosaurs?
No, that sounds awful.
That must exist.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Did I? Why does it look so orange? Do I still have the, No, I don't have the light turned on. That's weird. It should look more gray. Oh, anyway. Let's add just a little bit of texture. Something like that, probably. Yeah. So I'm gonna sketch it out real quick. I'm gonna lock this.
Yes, Kim. I thought he said furry. I guess he said furry. Furry.
Yeah, I said free. Sorry. I slur a little bit. I slur.
Oh, don't worry. I say plenty of slurs.
So I'm gonna go back to a sketching style that I had implemented, that I tried out some months ago, and I did. Yeah. Oh, what is that?
I am. No.
Okay, I will not.
Google search. Yeah, Google search furry dinosaur. No thanks.
I can imagine. You can imagine what it is.
I'm sure Fiddle has a bunch on his computer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Could have chosen a better angle here. So what if I cut it a little bit here? Let's lopside it a little bit. This is going to be a little. Okay. So I'm going to go in with some very gesture lines first. And then I want to try to get...
Wait, Fiddle, you knew that guy?
No, the person who joined your stream last week, Cam does. Cam?
Yeah, remember when I had a stream like last week and like a furry joined and said that they were a furry on my channel?
Oh.
I thought it was just a random guy.
So it was his friend. Oh, jeez. Oh, people, 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 people.
That's our friend. Well, you need to make better friend choices.
Yeah, dude. Furs, furs, furs. Poor people. They just don't know better.
Nemo, did you explain what a theropod is for people who don't know?
A theropod. I don't know the exact definition of theropod, but it's.
It's a dinosaur that has hollow bones and 3 toes.
I
And
didn't know
usually
that was.
carnivorous, but not always. Yeah.
Well, they're not always carnivorous, no?
There were some later on that were not, but the earliest ones were.
Well, my definition of theropod is mostly a visual thing, so I never really looked up the actual definition because I can basically recognize them when I see one. So, or I thought so. So I didn't know they actually didn't need to have 3 toes to be considered theropods. I know they are mostly very similar to birds, like to bipedal birds,
Yes, yeah.
pretty much. And they are the closest dinosaur, I mean, the type of dinosaur that's closest to birds.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Birds specifically came from them, yeah.
Obviously, not the other way around. All right. So let's try. I want to try to refine some sketches a little more. Sort of like that Vecna style. So I'm basically reducing. So I'm zooming in to the sketch, or I'm enlarging the sketch a little bit. And I can't see the tails here, so I'm probably gonna have to edit. What if I'm... Yeah, because it's like twisting around. Oh man, yesterday I spent like 2 hours trying to animate the tail of a walk cycle of a velociraptor. That's so miserable to do.
Walk cycles are never fun to do.
No, but it's really hard to get the actual motion because to be very smooth, it's going to be like an 8, basically. Usually, most of the movements need to be some sort of 8 when they're looped, and it's very complicated because it's a long process. You have to manually move the boat every X frames. No. Let's see. This works better. Dinosaurs are pretty nice. I am conflicted about the new Jurassic World. I don't know if I should watch it or not, because I don't want to waste my time. I heard people were very critical about it, so yeah, I don't know.
As long as it's dumb and fun, I don't care. I'm not expecting a work of art from it.
Me neither, but I was very disappointed. Like, there were some things in what was it called? The second one, the second Jurassic World. Well, the first one also, Fallen Kingdom, yeah. But also in the first one, like the female protagonist, woman that she was so annoying, man.
Yeah. Welcome to modern movies.
She was so annoying. And in the second one, the little girl was very annoying, and the ending was so stupid that I could not believe it. I watched it in the theater with my wife, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Did you seriously do that? Is it how it's going now? Oh God. Did we just kill so many people just for the sake of a little stupid little girl? Like, oh man.
I like the second movie where there's the Asian woman scientist,
Oh God.
and she's talking to the military guys, and she's like, "Hey, listen, I don't need you macho men to. I'm a strong, independent woman. I don't need your help out here." I was like, I hope she just walks out and gets killed by a dinosaur. That would be funny.
No, no, the stereotypes were incredible in that movie. Just that her and the guy. The guy was a total noob and completely lame. I don't know, like the insane amount of politics they threw into that movie is just so appalling. That like so, obviously the CGI was well done. I did like the Indoraptor design, but some behaviors were extremely stupid. Why would a dinosaur just he's there, it is there, and it's not eating the person. He's just waiting, trying to be scary and creepy, right? Why?
Well, listen, it was totally contradictory because they were trying to play it up like it was really intelligent, it had like the intelligence of a human, but then it also acted like an insane beast, like just knocking everything over. And it's like, pick one. Is it really intelligent and it can like capture its prey, or is it like a wild beast that chases everything down? They tried to do both and it didn't work. So I don't know.
Yeah. The first one is the best. I agree. The second one had potential. The problem is that it was not based on any book. So they tried to replicate the same mood of the first one, despite the book being completely different. I also did not like the Lost World book, at least the one by Crichton. So there are some good points in the second movie. I mean, the original trilogy, obviously.
Yeah. The second one, the ending where they're in San Francisco does not make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, so like the idea is the ship crashes into the docks, right? Because the T-Rex killed everyone. But how did the T-Rex kill everyone?
Right. How did he kill how did he kill the people in the?
Yeah. How did he kill the captain?
Right. And he was still inside the paddock, basically.
He's in the cabin. Yeah.
Yeah. So
how did the T-Rex kill him there?
I don't understand, because the T-Rex was still basically captured. He came out of that hatch thing, paddock. I don't know what it was. So how did that happen? Because he went there again, like later after killing the crew. Why?
Just eat it? No, the captain's like uniform was in the cabin of the ship, so he would have to have gone down to the lower decks to get eaten by the T-Rex, and then the T-Rex throws his clothes back into the cabin? You can't do that though.
Yeah, that was extremely strange. It's like the T-Rex did something and then he went back to where it was. Why? Like, why would it?
Was nobody alerted that they each go down individually? Be like, hey, that guy didn't come back. I'll go check. And hey, that last guy didn't come back. I'll go check.
It's like Metal Gear Solid type of AI. Oh, what happened to you? Oh, wait, let me go check.
Well, this is strange. There's blood here.
I should better go in and inspect it manually. Yeah, that didn't make sense. Okay, so this is completely asymmetrical. This is a bad mistake. It's just too low. What was it this time? Follow the trail. Yeah. Oh, I wonder where it leads. Oops. It was a trap. It's a trap.
It's like an Agatha Christie novel. I'm going to follow this trail, and I'm going to get killed, and then the next person's going to follow the trail, they get killed.
Of course. That's how it works, right? It's a trap. Yeah. It's a trap. With W, it's a trap. A trap.
Do you think if you cooked Admiral Akbar, he would taste good?
No.
I wonder how the Mon Calamari taste.
I don't know. I never thought about it. That's one of the most iconic. I wanna make a sound, like a redeemable sound for the channel with him.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Burp. Yes. Yes.
You have to make your voice all sloshy, like his voice is.
Yeah,
It's a trap.
Yeah, because he's a squid, so obviously he doesn't have to sound like that.
I guess he has like
Alright.
catfish features to me.
I don't know. I always thought he was a squid.
I mean, I know that they're called the Mon Calamari, but they kind of look like catfish to me in the face.
Maybe a little bit. But the shape of the head is kind of like a squid, I guess.
But yeah, the coloring is obviously supposed to be like an octopus.
I should find it on some free website. It allows copying GIFs and then put it in the channel. We need some more nerd stuff. Like nerd redeemable stuff. Sounds, videos, whatever.
Well, I'm not a nerd, so I don't know anything about that.
No. Absolutely not.
Because cool guys like me will just sit around reading quantum physics books.
Well, I do it as well. Not in book form, but mostly articles and videos, documentary and whatnot.
I do that too, but I actually am reading a quantum physics book right now. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, what kind of, or by who might be interested?
Let me pick my brain for the subtitle. It's Faster Than Light, Superluminal Loopholes in Physics by Nick Herbert. Just talking about superluminal, aka FTL, travel, and all of the things associated, all of the physical problems with approaching faster than light speed.
Yeah, I was actually watching some videos about it the other day. I don't know, everyone's always saying it's impossible because of the various time dilation things.
There's some interesting properties about FTL stuff. It's not, I don't know. When I read more of the book, maybe I can talk more about it, but yeah, it's an interesting book. If you're not into hard science, though, you won't like it, because it's very hard science.
Well, you probably need to have some previous notions to understand it also.
To an extent, yeah.
Usually my issue is that I always forget things, so I might even know something, or I've studied something, but then I forgot, so it's completely useless.
I mean, like, for instance, the speed of light, that's kind of a misnomer, because we call it the speed of light because that was sort of the fastest reference point we had during the time. But I mean, there's no reason why it specifically is the speed at which light travels. It could be called numerous things. Like, you could call it the speed of neutrinos, because those move the exact same speed, but it's just that neutrinos were discovered later, so there's no reason why we use light as the reference for speed. It's just a historical coincidence, really.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Although I guess anything faster than the light has not been measured yet.
No. I mean, why don't we call it the speed of radio? Radio waves move at the speed of light. To be fair, speed of light sounds pretty cool.
It does.
It doesn't roll off the tongue like speed of neutrinos.
Probably. Most people don't even know what neutrinos are, so.
Did you say hi to Wowo?
Oh no, hello! Yo! I did not see him. I apologize. I'm trying to draw an Allosaurus here. Different style, trying to refine the sketch a little more. See what I can do. I should not be using this color though, it's too dark. I want to get into the habit of actually finishing a sketch, which is something I was starting to do, but I stopped doing because it takes time. As you can see, it's not something you can finish in a few minutes. It takes a little longer indeed.
The arms don't really look that aggressive.
No, they're not. They're not in the reference either.
It looks like a little kid stomping his feet.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to change them, though. I don't really care. It's mostly about trying to figure out a good finish, sort of like sketch finish of this. And so the tail is made up just because it needed it. Otherwise, it was extremely imbalanced. Really too much, even for my laziness. So let's take it as if it's actually wagging the tail. He's happy, so he's wagging the tail. I guess.
He's a good dinosaur.
Good dino.
Wasn't that that was a movie, right?
Good Dino? Really?
The Good Dinosaur? Yeah.
I had no
It was a
idea.
Pixar.
I had no idea. Never heard it.
Kim says, yeah, I knew she would know that. Yeah, the dinosaur was that was an Apatosaurus, I think, in the movie.
So pathetic.
Pathetic.
Oh yeah, because of the name, you know.
Oh. Apatheticsaurus. He doesn't care about anything. He's apathetic.
Yeah. Okay, let's see now. Which one was I using now? You know what, I can't even remember that.
That's what you should draw, Nemo. You should draw like an Apatosaurus or a Brachiosaurus, something like that.
I've never liked those for some reason. Or actually, I know why, because I don't like the shape.
You don't like giraffes either?
No. I actually don't.
They're pretty goofy.
Yeah. So, what was I doing now? I don't remember. Was it something like this? Was they adding charcoal here on top of the whole thing? Probably. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what I was doing to get that kind of sketch that I was doing some time ago.
Fiddle says you're stroking your dinosaur.
Ha 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 ha. Yes. I don't know. What I do know is that I had to go in with darker and thinner brush, and I was probably something like sketch fade, or was it a texture pen? It might have been a texture pen. Very dark. No. Not a texture pen. It might have been this, but with pressure sensitivity as well. Yeah, because so at this point I was going in, zooming in, probably making this larger. Nope. Wait. Okay. Did it get lighter? Yes, it did. And multiply.
It's funny Fiddle mentioned that because some people have argued that dinosaurs didn't exist because the mechanics of them reproducing don't make sense.
Well, I don't know about that. I never really researched into reproductive habits of dinosaurs, so can't say for sure.
Like, how could two brachiosaurs actually reproduce? It doesn't make sense.
I don't want to investigate the matter. I'd rather not. Pencil. No. Oh, I could use the ink. Ooh, probably not. Ballpoint maybe. Do I still have? No. Oh, it's color burn. Might actually use this. Now let's use this one. Doesn't get stuck. We'll make it maybe 2 before the end of the stream. They probably
this is cute.
10, probably. What's cute?
It's a little statue of a male and female brachiosaur, and they're curling their necks together in a courtship ritual.
It is cute. I guess, or not. Actually do want to add the... Ah, I already have those. Okay, good. I don't see it. Might be there. So this is a very rough rendition of this thing. Very much sketched in.
That's the thing, though. No one draws dinosaurs with their genitalia showing. Like, all of them are just flat. That's because dinosaurs had cloaca. Similar to
I think it was hidden.
Because reptiles, for instance, like, I know this because I had a gecko, they have like a little slot. It's called a cloaca. And that's actually where their organs, as well as where they defecate and urinate from, and it just kind of opens up. So you don't actually see it visible.
Yes. Phil is very interesting. Or interested, sorry, in the topic. Also interesting. But interested in the topic.
Yeah, but it ain't flat like they show in Jurassic. What do you mean?
I think what Chase means to say is that it's inside the body, so you don't see it normally.
Right.
Unless it's
That's
used.
how it is with most birds and lizards. It's inside the body.
Remage. Oh, this.
Also, don't forget the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are all female, so that's another thing.
That's right. That's right. They're all female. They say it multiple times because they should not be able to reproduce. Well, technically they are all females, but I guess there are some males somewhere because they do reproduce.
They can change sex, and the explanation is because they use the frog DNA, and certain frogs can do that too.
Yeah.
And they just so happen to use the ones that can, using the genome sequencing.
Oh, lucky. Wasn't that?
Nature finds a way.
This is the way. It's probably something like this. And I'm trying to find the topology of this thing, basically. So I think there's gonna be another like breeding chamber here, something like that. Possibly. Unfortunately, most of the
Right, the more
references.
you know.
Yeah.
This is Fiddle has learned something. This is an educational channel.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is. Technically, it is. And yesterday I said I would read up something to be able to talk about some dinosaurs, but I didn't because I'm lazy. No, because I had other things to do, and I also forgot. So, okay, this thing is the ice to smell.
Well, thank you, Fiddle, for that image you sent me.
Hi.
Huh?
Is it some sort of a creepy photo?
It's a picture of a museum of 2 Tyrannosauruses copulating.
Okay.
Like they positioned the skeletons to show how it would happen.
All right. That's interesting, Fiddle, as always. All right, this would be something like this direction, and then this, and this goes in, and then goes up, and it goes out. And this is here as well, but this, while I draw this, I'm constantly measuring, obviously, the various parts. If I were to ink this, I would do it with this way, probably. Here. Digital inking is something I've never really liked, though, so... Like actual inking, full-fledged. I've done it, and I prefer it on paper, honestly. It's kind of relaxing.
Why?
Why? Why I don't like it?
Yeah, why don't you like digital inking?
Because it feels like slippery. What I like, I have to probably add something. I'm not a huge fan of brush inking in any case, like even on paper, like traditional brush inking. I like to ink using a high-tech C ballpoint pen. I guess it's technically considered a gel pen, but it is a ballpoint pen. It's just very, very gel-ish. So I do like it with that on a specific type of paper that I brought from Japan because I just like the feeling it has. It's very like dragging on the paper. So it's most of the things that I posted on Instagram are, I guess, the old ones, like the ones with the various animals, etc.
I don't know. This might be analogous, but I mean, there are like certain pens that I prefer to write with physically than others. Like,
oh yeah,
like
they're not all the same. Not all pens are created equal. Really. The high-tech C is probably my favorite. Or G-Tech C in Europe, I guess.
That's right. Some pens are more equal than others.
Which way, what of what I said concerns you, Kim? Or if it's referred to what I said, or was it what Chase said?
I think it was probably what I said about the picture Fiddle sent me.
Oh. Yeah, now we know Fiddle is into dinosaur stuff.
Is it because I said the word copulating? Because I didn't want to use the dirty word. Nemo is a clean channel.
Yes. Yes, that is right. Like this here. It's also kind of hard to tell the the actual lighting from this model, so I'm gonna have to make it up a little bit.
Sometimes clean. Fiddle, whenever you join the chat, it usually gets like 90% dirtier, and that's your fault.
I concur. I'm saying that. There you go. A little more free. So one of the issues I usually have is that because of inking the various things that I draw stiffen up a little bit, like the pose stiffens up a little bit when I ink it. So what I was trying to do when I started this type of thing was to loosen up a little bit so that I could add more dynamism and more fleshiness to various drawings.
We do want you here, but
what?
if you're gonna talk dirty, then send it to Kim. we don't want to hear that.
You probably already do, anyway. But we don't want to know. Not in public. I'm kidding. I don't want to know. That's it. I just don't want to know. Yeah, let's try to speed up a little bit so that maybe we can finish this by six, or finish, but not exactly finished. It's not going to be finished in any case, but it's going to be a little more finished than it is now.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like Cam and him are dating and I am the third wheel. Well, Fiddle is Swedish, and I hear that's a thing there.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
You
Lord.
coming?
Why is it that... So, okay, why is it that, at least for some, I guess, comedic stuff in the US, you always tend to associate Southern people with a very hard faith?
What do you mean?
Well, like a lot of God-related exclamations, they're usually in Southern accent. Or at least I heard people doing that. So I don't know if that's a thing. That's why I'm asking.
Because the South is more religious.
Okay.
That's really it.
I heard a lot of
That's the reason.
Yeah.
There's a thing in America called the Bible Belt, which is
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the most religious places in America, and it's like in a southern stretch of the region.
Okay. Let's see.
It's like Texas, Louisiana, Florida, the Carolinas,
Florida
Kentucky,
too.
all that is.
I would have not guessed. But Florida. I don't know.
Usually the Panhandle, which is like the upper part of Florida, not necessarily the southern part. But
by the way, the other day, for some reason, because I was working on a website, and the owner wanted the Google Maps thing updated, so I had to actually use the address, and so I went to Google Maps and looked for it, and it was Miami, and so since I zoomed out, I noticed, man, the Keys are long. Like the whole stretch of the Keys is extremely long. Jeez, it's insane, and there's just this huge bridge that connects them all. How long is that?
there's a lot of really cool bridges in America. There's a bridge that whenever we travel to Virginia to go to the beach or whatever, there's like a bridge that stretches over an entire like sort of water source, and then you go, so you're like driving across basically like on both sides there's just nothing but water, right? And then as you're driving you go forward into a tunnel that sort of tunnels down. It's really cool.
Sounds cool. Yeah, even the one I saw at some point, it's just ocean. Hey, Alex. T. Alex. Instead of T-Rex. But this is not T-Rex. This is an Allosaurus. There you go.
I did
That's why
not
it's good.
realize that Alessandro subscribed.
Oh, yes, he is. Yes, he is. He did a couple weeks ago, maybe, or last week, was it? Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time. It'll be 6. Let's try. At least to make it a little better than it is now. Just going random with muscles and trying to add detail on top. Which might not even make that much sense, but anyway. I just want to move to another thing. Okay, I can actually tell what the sternum is. This is the sternum. Part of the sternum is here. So this is... Yeah, this is still the deltoid. No. Deltoid. So in here, attaching here. So
That Pokemon randomizer challenge I did yesterday was fun.
it
I
really
actually
was,
doing
yeah.
it again earlier. Yeah.
Well, it's an extra challenge basically. You cannot get a well balanced team. You just go random. So you get to play with what you have. Cleared out my Twitch following list. Thank God. I take it as you took me out of the list. Main person.
Me too.
Never. Thank you.
You missed the last match. Oh, then you missed Apom doing counter on Sudowoodo and blowing it away. It was awesome.
Yes. Why is it not being erased? Oh, because it's in color burn. That's what explains a lot. Color burns annihilates white. Yeah, I can't do that. Yuck. So this goes. Wait, oh, there's a mosquito here. Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is free with Prime.
Well,
What? The movie?
I mean, I've seen it like a lot of times. It's one of my
Same.
favorite. It's one of my favorites. So,
The
and I
game.
have it in multiple copies, also on DVD. So, I don't think I want to see the Prime version. You should watch it though if you never did, but I assume you did.
Well, he's talking about the game. There's an
Oh,
adventure game based on the movie.
The game.
Yeah, it is a Scum game.
Oh, okay. I thought the only Indiana Jones game was named like something in the Skirt of Atlantis or something like that. By
Yeah, from
LucasArts.
1989. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not. It's another one. I didn't know there was.
Yeah, it's similar to like the Curse of Monkey Island and things
Yeah.
like that.
That's also one of my favorite games. Especially the first one. Even the second. I admit, I kind of like them both. Third one is a little weaker. Didn't play the new one. I don't know if I will. I might. Because I played Thimbleweed Park by the same creator, and it was a bit disappointing. So, I don't know.
No, my dog is having a nightmare.
What? How do you know?
He's shaking and whining in his sleep.
Oh no. That sounds so sad. So sad. Does this dinosaur have little spikes on the tail as well? Yes.
My friggin' entire room is shaking right now.
Wow.
They're doing construction outside.
That's really annoying.
I'm not saying that because I have a girl in my room, but...
Huh. It's not exactly just Fiddle's fault, is it? Oh, well.
They've been doing construction this entire week, and it's really annoying.
I can relate. Not for a year, but I had it several times. It's incredibly annoying. I think it's sad. Dark areas. Maybe I should do it underneath. This is darker. We're here. And this is darker. And this is darker here. So fades a little more. Get some highlights. So yeah, some lights here.
Nemo, would you date this aloe?
Why would I? I'm not dinophile.
It's not... How do you know it's a girl?
Right, you don't know.
Maybe put like a big red bow on its head. That way we know it's a girl.
Yeah, Minisaur. Minisaurus.
Zoophile? A paleozoophile.
Paleozoophile, yeah. I'm not dinophile. No, I would not date this dinosaur. Yes.
What do you mean doesn't need to be a girl? Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. 100%.
There's actually a good reason for that.
A very good reason. Okay, I'm gonna use, instead of using the atmosphere, I'm gonna use a reflected light from the bottom from this. Or not. It don't look as good.
Well, I was going to say fiddle, isn't it obvious? But then Kim said the obvious, so thank you everyone for...
I like the fact that Kim is extremely straight. It says things as they are. Thank you, Kim. We appreciate your cooperation.
You don't know that she's extremely straight. Jeez.
What? What?
Nothing, Nemo. Nothing.
I couldn't hear that.
I thought this was a sacred, child-friendly palace. Well, that was the plan.
Yes.
Yeah, go get your food, weirdo.
Have a good dinner, Fiddle. We're joking. You're always welcome. Sometimes.
Foodle, that's right, yeah.
Foodle, yeah. Foodle. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna continue with the strange, strange pose. Dinosaur here. I picked a bad pose from the 3D render, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Basically, I would continue with this until it becomes a little more intelligible.
The arms are just strange. They look like they're broken. Like they're just hanging off his body.
Yeah, look. So it's like the sound is like
Yeah, I think it's the claws. If you turned up the claws to make it look a little more threatening, it would work. But
yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine.
because right now it looks like one of those claw machines that goes down and grabs toys.
Yeah. Okay. I zoomed in so I can even get it back. I might actually draw the same thing from another angle, say like the source. So even in the model, the dino arms look detached. Yeah, but only from that pose. Like we take another pose, like a more vanity pose like this. Where is it? Where did it post it? Oh, it got stuck again. Please, Photoshop. There you go. See, that's a little better. A little bit better.
Yeah, that's a bit better. It looks more like he's flexing at you. Like, you want some, bro? You want some? Come on.
Bro. You bro.
Get fit, bruh.
Fine. The pose is stupid, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's draw something else. I mean, not exactly. It's the same thing, but a little different. A little different pose. Get in the habit of sketching bigger masses first and poses, like gestures to start with.
He'll pick a fight with you for sure. Oh, I'll win.
Who, the dinosaur or Fiddle?
The dinosaur. It'll be like Dragon Ball when the dinosaur eats Gohan and then he lifts up its like the top of its mouth.
Oh yeah. It's pretty cool though. The world with dinosaurs.
From Fiddle too. Well,
what is NGL?
Huh?
She wrote NGL. What's NGL?
Not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wow, you boomer! How did you not know that?
Because I am.
How dare you not keep up with all the internet slang?
Yeah. I do not have enough brain space for that. Nino has enough brain space. I should know. No, not really. Not really. I prefer not to know. So that when I interact with someone saying that, I can pretend like I am older. And more wise. Or more wiser. Wiser. I'm pretty sure there's someone named Wiser.
There's Budweiser.
That's true.
Oh god, that's a great name for a kid. If his last name is Weiser, I'm gonna call him Buddy. Budweiser.
Yeah. He's destined to be an alcoholic.
I was actually I was on Twitter earlier, and they were like doing political ads, and there was this farmer who was being interviewed, and his name was Dick Bigger.
That's a name you don't really see anymore for obvious reasons.
What, Dick?
Yeah, is it still popular?
Well, Dick is actually just shorthand for Richard, believe it or not.
I didn't know that. I thought it was an actual
Yeah,
name.
but I mean, there was Dick Cheney.
I know, I know. That's why I said it's not so popular anymore because I didn't, given the current use of that word, uh, I figure nobody wants to be called like that.
Oh God, what was that? Was a joke in one of the Batman movies, the '90s ones, where Batman is making fun of Robin, and because Robin's name is Dick Grayson, so he
Yeah,
says,
right.
"How about it's the credit card thing." He's like, "Why don't you step away, Dick?"
Oh well. Oh, poor Dick Grayson. Is he actually dead by canon? Yes, right.
Depends on which canon you're talking about.
Are there more?
Oh, there's so many comic book canons. Kim says she knows somebody named Dick, and he's 17.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry for him. I don't think I would like being called like that. I mean, people do it all the time because I'm a bad person, but not as an actual name, as my actual name. No.
There's actually a famous dirt track driver that my dad has like a picture of, and his name was Dick Trickle. So that's funny.
Dick Trickle. Trying to care a little more about proportions, which I usually don't do as much, but I should.
Nemo, last night I was configuring your anchor that you made for
Yes.
me in the game, and it's given me a lot of really cool ideas because I was able to get the anchor to like drop from the ceiling into water. And now I'm thinking about doing that for puzzles. Like you have to drop something down and then jump on it and then ride it back up to get to another level of the area. Like an
Yeah,
elevator.
that would be interesting. Some variation.
That's something that RPGs really lack nowadays, or just like good dungeon designs.
Oh, that's absolutely true. Well, that's actually something that I noticed in, at least in Tales of Arise, that there's no puzzle at all, like zero.
Yeah, a lot of dungeons are just like giant hallways with enemies thrown in, and it's like, yeah, it's very easy to get to the end.
It's extremely boring, honestly. It's unfortunate. Final Fantasy usually had some sort of puzzle.
So the earlier games, yeah.
Yeah, it was not too bad. At least until 10 they did, to some degree.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it was around 10 that they started to not care about that anymore.
Yeah.
Because even 9 had some really cool dungeons and puzzles.
That is true. Man, the head needs to be way wider in this. It's coming towards us. So this also needs to be longer. For some reason. Does not feel right. need to be further back. I use too small of a brush for this face. Phase, not face. Phase.
Yeah, there's like... So I've been playing more as Xenoblade, and there's like interactions with the environment that you can do. Like there are zip lines that you can ride down to go to different places. But in order to unlock those actions, you have to raise your affinity with the different colonies you go to. So they're like the ways you interact with the environment are locked behind progress and side quests and things like that, which is really weird and not fun.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to play that game for the reasons that I mentioned the other day and for these. Come on, damn fly. There are flies in mosquitoes.
I mean, it's like that kind of thing adds interactivity to the environment, but without that, the places you go to are just giant areas that are filled with enemies and then items, and that's it. And it's like there's nothing clever about it, like to get from point A to point B. You just kind of run from one end to the other.
Yeah, that's really common in most games nowadays. In fact, I did appreciate that when I was replaying Dino Crisis, they had obviously they had the whole classic Resident Evil puzzle system. So you had to go here and there and grab maybe a pass, research your pass, and then get the other pass, and then find a password for something or a key. It's still better than just, running through a place.
Yeah. I mean, like, if you're going to make your game quasi-open world, you should make it a little more interesting to traverse, Like, fill it with things or interact with the environment more. If you're just making big open spaces to fill in more gameplay time, that's not fun. But
that's one of the things that I noticed in most games. It's like, okay, we're gonna add a lot of enemy encounters and a lot of and very large spaces, so that it just takes longer for you to traverse them. But in reality, there's really nothing there. There's no reason why they're like that. And you feel that. You absolutely feel that. It's very annoying. It's like, hey, I paid, $60 for this. I don't, but some people do. Why do I feel like there's nothing apart from the usual boring gameplay loop? Which, by the way, I can clearly see.
yeah.
The worst thing that can happen with playing a game, and this happened to me with Uncharted, was just being able to see the gameplay loop. Like, okay, I entered the shooting room, so now there is going to be some gameplay where you have to shoot. Oh, now it's a platforming section. And it really breaks the immersion when it's so obvious.
Yeah, because you can kind of tell like where the game segments. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I know that this upcoming segment is going to be this gameplay mechanic, and like they don't ever really integrate them together in a way that's fluid or natural.
Yeah. So it's not fun to play, like, the least because of that. That's one of the reasons why I'm not playing it right now.
Yeah, I somewhat regret getting Digimon Survive. I'm still in like chapter 5, and there's like 13 chapters or something, and I've had it for months.
Is it too boring?
It's like 80% visual novel and then like 10 to 20% gameplay.
Sucks. It's not very balanced, I guess.
And to be fair, that's what they advertised it as, but it still feels a little lopsided. And I mean, like, the actual tactical gameplay is pretty fun. I mean, it's basic, but it's also like, you just have these sections where it's like, just an hour and a half of talking. It sucks.
It doesn't sound fun, yeah. I don't know. I was not interested in the game because I saw there was a lot of visual novel stuff. I kind of feel like they should make a proper Digimon game, modern. Because I don't know. I've never really played the old ones, but I would have liked to. Like they're actually games like Pokemon, but better with
Yes,
Digimon
yeah.
voice. Right? So
I mean, like the modern ones, they're leaning heavily on the story and characters, but to be honest, even those aren't really that well written. So, but I'm biased because I'm a writer. But people are always saying, yeah, it's an RPG, but it's more focused on the story and characters than Pokemon is. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not that impressive.
it's gotta be well done in any case. It's not like you can say, "Oh, we're really focusing on the story." It's like, wait, what's the story about? I don't know, some Japanese teenagers that go here and one falls in love with the other,
Yeah,
and that's it. Like, uh
people
huh.
people sell it as like it's basically an episode, like it's basically like a game that's an anime, and I'm like, that's not really a positive in my opinion. But
No. Yeah, I prefer when games did not strive to do that. They were much more creative. I don't know. It's like every Japanese game nowadays. It has to be some sort of anime, and that's really annoying because once you grow up, it's like, okay, but can we please have adults do something? You know, do something like real adults, like, I don't know, having to pay the bills. No, I'm kidding. But act in a way that's not like the usual Japanese teenager. Oh, I'm going to school. Oh, and this and that. Oh, I'm falling in love with this a completely stupid girl that doesn't have an ounce of brains. Um, that's starting to get old. Um, it's funny because when I was young, I liked some anime and that stuff, and so I would have not complained, but now it's like reversed, and nobody liked them back then when I was younger. There was almost nobody, at least around me or in Italy in general, liking anime and stuff. I was a bit of a weirdo. Uh,
well, I think, yeah, when I've gotten older, I've gone back and looked at like some of the portrayals of women in anime and the things that are treated as cute, right? And now that I'm older, I sort of see that I'm like, that this isn't cute at all. It's actually we're enabling sort of toxic behaviors in
Pretty
women by
much,
saying that
yeah.
these are yeah.
And it's kind of
Because I
sad to
noticed
see
that a
that.
lot in
Mhm.
Dragon Ball, for instance, like the way Bulma and Chi-Chi act, and it's like, oh, these are so funny and quirky, and it's like, now that I'm older, those aren't really that funny or quirky. They're kind of awful.
The main problem for me is like, well, once I actually quote unquote grow up, like, okay, I get older, obviously, and so I figure these things out. So I'm like, okay, well, I agree with some people that told me this before. Now it's like everyone else thinks the opposite. So it's actually cool now to like anime and stuff. It's like, well, I kind of figured it wasn't. So it's kind of lame because I'm still the one off now for other reasons, for the opposite reason. But
I'm sure that there's good anime out there that I have not watched, but I'm kind of basing my
modern,
opinions on the stuff that is more widely consumed, is stuff that
yeah,
I'm
I don't see
interested in.
modern anime that are works of good works of storytelling and even art, even visual art. I feel like they're so flat nowadays. They're
Oh
very
God, I
boring.
much prefer the aesthetic of 80s and 90s anime over modern anime.
Plus, it looks like they copy paste characters between anime nowadays. Like they're all the same. You always have to get the damn. I probably already mentioned this, but you always have to get the damn creepy girl. Maybe with some kind of doll or I don't know, but she's incredibly creepy and like
Oh God,
Ugh.
yeah, like the goth girl that's like
Yeah, it's,
pale and she's
oh
got the long
jeez.
black hair and
Yeah,
she acts like a weirdo and it's so cute, right?
yeah, but except it's not in the real world.
No, in the real world, that girl would be like a 40-year-old pharmacist, and she's acting like a cute goth.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh,
Oh, Fiddle was just asking what we were talking about.
I'm complaining about modern anime. Even if I look back, honestly, I do not have a particular issues with older anime. Like, yeah, some are a little more. You can tell they're Japanese, so they got some quirky things, a little maniac to a degree. But like nowadays, they're like completely out of whack. But you look at some from the 90s or 80s, and they're still, you know what? These are actually fine. You know, I wouldn't mind my son watching these because not because I watched them. Maybe I didn't watch some of them, but because they're they're still kind of watchable to a degree. But nowadays it's like, oh my god, uh, as a parent I'm like, not I would not like my son to watch some of the stuff that's out there at the risk of sounding extremely conservative or bigot. It's just insane. It's really mental. uh, so no. There wasn't such a great divide between uh, real life and anime back then. There still was, obviously, but it was in an interesting manner, maybe funny sometimes. But nowadays, it's really completely crazy. So this is my rant about anime. So don't watch anime, please, or do, but I don't care what happens to you if you do. That's gonna get me a lot of followers, I'm sure. Especially on Twitch. Season 6 of My Hero Academia is good. The most animes sexualize women that too much. Yeah, it's not just that. It's just that they're actually, I don't know, I feel like, also because I have studied some psychology, I feel like there are a lot of issues with a lot of things that are shown there. In a lot of them, not just sexualizing the woman, but like way worse than that.
Yeah, I agree. As I was saying earlier, the awful behaviors that are sort of seen as cute or quirky, which are not that cute or quirky in real life.
And they're even more exacerbated compared to what it used to be. The problem is it's just the exaggeration, basically. While before there was some sort of moderation still in some things, nowadays it's just completely, oh yeah, yeah, let's validate that. It's, probably not.
Like, to give an example, like a girl in an anime gets jealous that her boyfriend or whatever thinks another girl is cute. She's like, I'm going to be jealous and angry and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And it's like, oh, that's kind of funny and quirky. In real life, that isn't funny or quirky.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's not healthy at all. It's very toxic. So I don't know why they think it's cute. Also, for some reason, they seem to really like portraying stupidity as a cute thing, but it's not. It's really not. It's really not cute if one of these. Just try to imagine that there is. Okay, pretend there is one of these anime girls in real life, and you date her for some reason, and then she causes you a real problem, and she's like, "Oh, jamashita,"
Yeah.
like no, like what the actual f? Like no,
I'm sorry, I'm just a dumb bimbo.
and like no, it doesn't work like that. Also, because maybe she caused you financial trouble or something. Like, what are you gonna do? It's not fun to any degree. So, but it's validated. I see a lot of people like, oh, she's so dumb, but she's so cute. Not like, no, she's dumb. Period. Being dumb is not cute. It's very dangerous. Would you give the switch of a nuclear reactor or a nuclear bomb to a stupid person? No. Probably not. I would rather give it to a mean person or to an evil person because I kind of can expect he's not gonna blow up himself. So no, you wouldn't unless you're suicidal, Fiddle. I don't think you're so dumb, Kim. In any case, I mean real dumb. There is a certain dumbness that's expressed in Japan that it's not really understood in Europe. It's really not, but you have to see it to understand it. Anyway, it's 6:30, so I have to go, and I also have to let Chase eat. So, thanks everybody for joining. Thanks Chase, Fiddle, Kim, Antonia also who joined, and Alessandra. And I guess I'm gonna see you tomorrow for more sketches, or maybe we can start on a dinosaur. We'll see. Okay, so you guys take care.